All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing you daily horoscope for July 13th, 2021. We've got the moon moving out of the sign of Leo, leaving Mars and Venus behind and moving into the sign of Virgo. Between the hours of 9 and 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Venus and Mars will conjunct at 19, almost 20 degrees in the sign of Leo. You know, and if you've been following this, something we talked about yesterday is like unleashing the lion, but yet taming the lion with this energy of both Venus and Mars creating this septile over here to Pluto. And meditating on that yesterday got a little bit more insight into how to navigate this energy and what this energy means. This is like us, fully being ourselves and knowing, if we're out goofing around with friends over at a friend's house for dinner and we're asking, we're goofing around with somebody that we know and asking for more bread or something, whatever, it could be anything. And it's just like, more bread, please, and it's like you being full of joy and just expressing yourself and being goofy. It's like, okay, is that energy the same if you're out with that same group of friends at an Olive Garden and you're hollering that same thing at the waiter or waitress? Maybe not. So this is like understanding, it's like this big energy, and I hope everybody's feeling this big energy of this Venus-Mars conjunction, because it's really exciting, and it's like, in a sense, coming back home. And with Mercury and the Sun in the sign of Cancer, there's this nostalgic kind of home energy anyway that's just in the air. So back to Mars and Venus conjunction. At the same time, I've got it pulled up to 9:50, 51 here. Mercury's at 2 degrees, the moon is at 2 degrees, Jupiter 1 degree. So we have a moon opposite Jupiter, Jupiter still trine over here to Mercury, Venus conjunct Mars. Now Mars has been leading the train in the zodiac here for quite some time, which is about action. And it's just like we've been trudging along one foot in front of another. We've been getting hit with obstacles and just debris flying our way. The sun is behind us. Everything's behind us. Communication, love, everything is behind us. And it's just like we've just been going. And at some point between the Mars retrograde that happened in Aries, which a lot of this changed between last summer and the top of the year, and then Mars moving through the first few houses, first few signs of the zodiac, it's like it's in infantile stages. Mars is moving forward, me, I am, and I have, and mine, this kind of reptilian brain, and rethinking my thoughts and all of this new information, and now feeling all of this stuff. Mars foreshadowed everything here as Venus and Mars and the sun have been playing catch up, and now the sun is here. So there's been this bit of lethargy or apathy that's been going around. And now we have this beautiful, powerful connection, one of the most powerful connections, I think, of the year, this happening at 19 degrees of Leo, because this is it's a continuation. This is saying, let's keep going, but not just keep going. Venus being the brightest planet in the sky, the morning star, the evening star, depending, every 9 months it switches before, in front of or behind the sun. And it's just like, well, now we have a point of illumination in front of us. Okay, so it's like the carrot in front of the donkey. We need this carrot. This carrot is like it's motivation. This keeps us going. It's like, yes, my passion, my love, these things that I enjoy got lost and confused. And this has been an interesting year, an interesting time of life. And what do I truly believe in? What do I truly value? Venus is big about value. And another point to this, why we have Saturn here in technology and community. With Mars and Venus being in the sign of Leo, as well as the moon being in the earth sign of Virgo, this is like saying, man, get focused and come back to nature. This is technology. This is the community. This is saying, get lost, go play in the woods. You don't have to be around everybody. This isn't about the huge, big party, the big social event. This could be just by yourself, just falling in love with your time that you're spending with yourself in nature, out in the world, connecting with plants, connecting with this earth. And this moon, trine to Mercury. This is really, sextile. Sextile to Mercury, Mercury trine to Jupiter, and Jupiter opposing the moon. Okay, so let me talk about that for a second. Mercury's now, we're thinking about how we feel. Now, this is an interesting paradox. If we can't think greater than how we feel, we'll never get past our current circumstance. If we're just sitting here swamped in bills, all I can think about is money and, oh, how I don't have enough money, how I don't have money. It's like law of attraction kicks in, and we're just repeating that cycle, that Ouroboros, this, snake eating its tail. So we're really thinking and feeling a lot. And we're trying to break a cycle. And this is Uranus's job in the sign of Taurus right now, helping us create that release. Now, the moon in the sign of Virgo is saying, look, people of Earth, my beautiful reflection, please get focused. Create a goal for yourself. Take this fire energy that you're being motivated with your fuel, your passions, your desires, whether it's money or a job or a person you want to connect with or whatever it is. It's saying, one, commit to yourself and commit to your passions, commit to your dreams. Okay, and be as compassionate as possible when communicating with other people. This is a big ongoing theme that's been for about 2 months. This very, very compassionate communication. While Mars was in the sign of Cancer, we had a lot of energy still in the sign of Gemini, which is all about communication. So it's just like forward thinking, expressing ourselves, expressing our emotions, communicating our emotions. Well, now we have this very big fire energy that's just like, yes, and I feel confident enough about myself to express these things. This is kind of coming through, so we'll just go with it, and it's just like, we can be offended by all kinds of things. And if I say, or let's say if you like green apples, and I'm like, oh, I love red apples, and we value each other, and you're like, oh, I freaking hate red apples. I could be offended. I could be saddened. I might really value your opinion on the kind of apples or what you like to consume. So I might feel guilty or shamed for liking the thing that I like as being an individual. Well, Saturn being in the sign of Sagittarius, Aquarius is saying like, no, it's okay to be the individual and it's okay to have differences. And by you just simply loving, or me loving the red apple as much as I do, it doesn't bother me that you don't like a red apple, you see? So it's like our inner relationships with other people, or what we're getting offended by, or what we're our tough skin, it's something that we've been talking about the past couple of days, like thickening up our skin. So this is definitely a goal for us to be aware of, as Virgo kind of rules the analytical mind. And now our emotions are there, which is ruled by Cancer. And of course, the sun, our point of illumination, and Mercury, the ruling planet of Virgo and Gemini in Cancer. So these are all these energies are really, really working together. And furthermore, saying like, if we're going through life, this is really, really important. And this is kind of the meat of the day, the meat of the week, the meat of the month. And I might be talking about this again throughout the month. If we're going through life without a goal, without a focus, without that passion and that fire, it's easy for us to not get down on ourselves because we're not obtaining a goal, because we don't have a goal to obtain. So therefore, we stay in a limbo state where we're progressing day by day, but we're not really, because we're not creating definitive boundaries. That's what Pluto's job is, creating this septile to Venus and to Mars. This is so huge, this septile, the universe stepping in. Also, Pluto creating this quintile, which is a creative energy to the moon in Virgo, analytical Virgo, saying, yes, we can use this energy, we can utilize this fire energy, we can create a system for ourselves, we can create and set goals, because if I'm just a feather in the wind, then I completely am lacking direction. Well, this moon is saying I need to follow through with whatever it is. And stay committed at whatever it is. If it's 10 push-ups a day, hey, if we only reached 5 push-ups, okay, can we do 6 tomorrow? But it's still, the point is creating a goal. Even if we fail at it, we're not living in this aloofness. We're not living in this whateverness. We're making up our minds because we feel passionate and emotionally committed to doing something different, to change the wherever we've been in our lives. And the moon in Virgo is really helping us out today. I'll go forward a couple hours here as it's starting to create, it's going to create this square here to the North Node. And it's going to start, I've got this pulled up toward the end of the night. It's going to start to help create that connection. It'll happen more on Wednesday to Uranus, which is letting go, the release of I can't. The analytical mind that says I can't do something. It's like, oh no, I've set a goal. I'm gonna see this through. I'm gonna see this goal through. And it says, well, the mind, Gemini, North Node, this square is saying, well, what happens if this? Or what happens if this? What happens if with this? And it's like we have to be so focused. The moon needs to be so focused. It's just like the what ifs don't matter. It's just simply about execution. We can sit here and think about something all the time we want, but it comes down to practical execution of something. Am I going to do a push-up or not? Am I going to walk through the door or not? Am I going to pick up the phone? Am I going to, and again, if we don't chase after those things that we're passionate about, this is what the astrology is teaching us right now. If we don't stay persistent and follow through with stuff, then somebody else's persistency or eagerness or fire or passion will achieve that thing that you desire. So it's like we're planting these seeds and we're going to continue to water. We're going to continue to give it the nurturing love that it needs to grow into a beautiful tree that's going to nourish us and bring us joy and happiness in our lives. It's a pretty awesome Tuesday. My friends, hope you're feeling this good energy. I love you. I wish you enough, and I'll see you tomorrow.